Good evening, everyone, once again. My name is Mr. Smeghennigan, and tonight we're going to be doing part 37 of the Adventures of Alundra Let's Play. As it says, having beaten Wilda and obtained the 6th crest, we are now pondering exactly what's been going on over the last, day or so? Well, in-game it's the last day. We've, beaten up the King of the Merg, we've watched Giles die, it's always good fun, and now we've beaten up a dragon. So it's, an exciting day. So now we get to see what's going on during the night time. It stays quiet, but it's never quiet for long when we wake up like this, or when we find out that it's dark outside. Apparently, Alundra forgot to lock his door. Didn't hear a damn thing. A very big problem, apparently. It's so important that we had to go up and wake him up. Screw that. As you can tell, I always do like that one little act of defiance. So it's not much, but it's amusing to me. Now then, I hope you guys like silence and background noise, because this is all we're going to be getting for the next few minutes, whilst we try and deduce exactly what happened to Bergus, however you pronounce that. I never really learnt. I mean, it's easy enough to learn how to say Nestus, but if it's a G, I have no idea. Anyway, now that we've examined this crest and had a quick flick through the book, nobody got to see it, we're going to equip ourselves for the fight ahead. I say fight tentatively because, well, you can never tell with this game. Now then, as I say, it is night out, so obviously bad stuff always has to happen. The entire town is locked up, apart for a couple of houses. And of course that ends up taking its toll on the poor old timer, because, well, I don't remember exactly how you're meant to trigger things around here. Now then, we get a small dump of exposition on us for a short while. Apparently, it makes sense that they'd send the kids to sleep a lot earlier than everyone else. Now, this is going to be a little more of an interesting thing where we try and find the broken window, if we can. And unfortunately, I myself cannot remember which one of the twins was the, boisterous one. So, we'll find out later. But anyway, we are going to have to, we're going to have to help Mead in his time of need. Magically, amazingly, he is able to walk upstairs at the speed of light, so at least he's able to do that. Can you guys spot the broken window? Because I sure as hell can't. Maybe it's on the walls that we can't see. Anyway, it seems like, well, okay, apart from Mead, I mean, he's just a little iffy about it. Everyone is very distressed at the loss of Bergus. God damn it, I still mix them up. They are alike, But yeah, everyone is not too pleased with this. And I didn't know exactly what I was meant to do. And none the, oh gosh, this is such an awkward situation. I mean, I didn't know what was meant to trigger the next event. So, I've got to go look for Septimus, because apparently that dingbat has gone off somewhere, and, I think dingbat's the right term, or maybe it's the wrong term. If it's offensive, I apologize. I probably have offended someone. Anyway, that idiot has gone off, is still studying. And we're gonna have to see what exactly he's been looking up. Now then, apparently they did go to Septimus to begin with, or someone went to talk to Septimus. I like how he's consulting his books to try and figure out what to do. I mean, to be entirely fair, it's playing to his strengths, but, this is a kidnapping. You don't really fix a kidnapping by studying. I mean, okay, you could study the people or the creatures that kidnap the kid, but, I don't know. It sort of makes sense when you see the story, what the story has cooked up, but my god. This is where the stories, Alundra's powers start getting a little, vague, to say the least. I mean, let's see, there's the ability to talk to chairs, but more to the point, he fell asleep, and now we get to finally see Septimus ponder into view. It's rather amazing, really. He can walk without looking. Now then, this is where things start getting a little weird. How weird? Well, it's about as weird as you'd expect with dream-walking powers, or I want to say dream-walking powers. And with Nestus asleep, we can finally find out how we're meant to save his brother. How do we do that? Well, how else would you do that? I mean, what was the saying? When all you have is a hammer, everything starts looking like a brick. Yes, in fact, because they're twins, they are identical right down to how they dream, apparently. It is, like I say, this is where things get very, very silly. And I don't even know. Although it is rather an interesting thing that Nestus would fall asleep almost seemingly at random. I mean, maybe he just cried himself to sleep. I don't know. But yes, here we have another foreboding thing. If we were to try this, there's a good chance that we will get attacked by Merg on finally rescuing him. Now then, just one last chat to everyone before we delve into the subconscious of Nestus and Bergus. Oh, here we get more teasing of lines. Anyway, now we can finally enter Nestus's dream and get some actual music. Perfect timing. Thank you. Now then, this is the final dream sequence of the game, Nestus's dream. And of course it starts off with a save point. Because, you know, considering we were just at a save point, it's best to have one, just in case. Right at the very start of the area. And unlike the other nightmares and dreamscapes that we have explored thus far, Nestus and Bergus's dreams are less action-oriented. Whereas Giles's was sort of puzzle, but also action, and Maya's was just sort of backstory exploration. This one is going to be all about the puzzles. It does have a teeny bit of fighting, but well, it's the gimmick of this area. Or I want to say a gimmick. The trick of this area will soon come to the forefront, as you'll see in a few minutes. Like Maya says. Now then, it's curious to see Merg here of all places. It could very easily be explained away as Yeah, it could be very easily explained away as Bergus and Nestus having seen the Berg before they fell asleep. So, oh yeah, maybe they would actually have horrible nightmares about him. Now then, we have puzzles solving themselves. This can only mean one thing. Yes, the game is actually starting to play itself. No, I'm joking, of course. Maybe. But in actuality, we must solve the puzzle in the correct order. Flip side. Man, that could have been termed so much better. Now then, here comes puzzle number 2. Very nice and easy puzzle. They're not very difficult to begin with, but, you know, you gotta ease into this sort of stuff. At the very least, this place had nice music to go along with it. Not the literal screamo that came along with the nightmares. This is more of calming. Slight challenge, but it's obvious that it's not going to be too difficult. Anyway, with that done, we find out there's more gated areas that we can't access. But going up this way will give us a link, will slowly allow us to gain access to a link between the two mindscapes. With more Merg, apparently. Teleporters, of course, are going to be able to help us along here, but not to a great degree, as it were. However, we are going to be able to make use of this place. I don't remember why I didn't go south there. I think there is something there, but I never went there, because I am a bit of a silly nana. Now then, up ahead, this is where we would be coming from. We've got to get to the blue side of this area before we can actually come downwards, if that even makes sense in any sense of the term. Now then, I really need to stop talking in circles. That's starting to get on my nerves. I think I'm talking in circles anyway. With this, we gain access back to here of all places. Actually, what the hell? I'm a little confused now. Ugh. Yeah, I think I ended up getting a bit lost here at some point. I've really got to try and remember where exactly I was meant to go. Oh yes, of course. Doing that puzzle in the first tower means that I can come here and actually continue on to the next area. Pressing that button opens that gate. It's nice and simple. Why did I say good? Because I'm an idiot. I apologize. Now then, here's the first of the 3 mental bridges. And it's a nice and simple puzzle. Well, nice and simple way of solving this puzzle. You gotta mirror your activities. Fortunately, I wasn't able to mirror the barrel I had breaking. So, oh well, I'll just have to live without it. But anyway, breaking that first mirror allows us access into Bergus's mind. Or into Bergus's mind by way of walking rather than teleporting. Pressing that button, as you heard, opens a door that allows us to actually go ahead and teleports one of these ghostly green statues back into its actual form. This may make some sense later on. In fact, I'm pretty sure I'm figuring it out right now. But you guys will figure it out soon in time as well. You may have heard that knock as well, but ignore that. Now then, having pressed that, we're able to continue on into the next area on both sides. But not right now, of course. Once we get to the blue side, we'll be able to continue to the second tower. Going here, though, we will be entering... Oh, yes, of course. This is a puzzle that needs to be solved on our side before we can... or on the blue side, before we can solve it properly on the red side. This has a very simple... I want to say very simple order. It'll become apparent. It's 1 2 2 1 2 1 1 2 1. With 1, of course, being the one next to the teleporter. How could you not understand? It's so simple. But anyway, as you can tell, pressing the button does nothing. But of course, pressing this button does something. It's brilliant. It's like everything has an action and a reaction. But anyway, pressing these buttons is going to allow us to actually gain access to the final area. So, we gotta do it. Has to be done. Sniff, as I say. Anyway, we get another trial of this button mashing sequence, and rather annoyingly, I end up getting it wrong. Or no, I do end up getting it sort of right the first time, but because I was being distracted, possibly by Skype, I didn't do it all the way. I may have done it about nearly all the way. I did. Yes, I managed to make 6 of the 9 button presses. Then I thought, wait, I've done this wrong, haven't I? See, 1 2 2 1 2 1. Then I forgot the rest of the sequence, which is 1 2 1. But well, I'm a bit of an it, like I've mentioned. So we're going to be seeing this once again. Just speed it up. Nobody needs to see it 3 times in a row in less than 5 minutes. Now then, with that repeated, let's actually solve this for real. Like I say, there's really not much to say about... Well, have I said there's not much to say about this? Well, let's say it again. There's not much to say about this place when you've already explored it this thoroughly. Although those buttons are weirdly sticky. Anyway, having activated or completed that puzzle, we're going to be shown another puzzle. Now, this one is simple enough. Just gotta do an N motion of flames. Not entirely sure why they put themselves out when the final puzzle doesn't actually require that. But hey, I suppose it's for neatness' sake. Why did I even take the ice rod out? I am, once again, a bit of an idiot, as I have just proven. Why did I not cut this out? Because, well, I figured we gotta really make sure that we know what the puzzle solution is. Got a reverse N on the red side, so on the blue side, we've got an N. Or maybe it's a rotated Z. I don't know. Anyway, with the fire rod equipped, we're going to be very well equipped to deal with this problem. Like I say, it's not that difficult. Of course, to be entirely fair, I thought that you'd have to put them out as well in order to get something. Oddly enough, that's not the case. Who'd have thought it? And with that with that brain buster done, we can finally access the main area. But unfortunately, I have not done this right yet, because I have one more set of buttons I have to press, and 2 more mental pathways and mirrors to get through. And that just makes me wonder what the hell am I going to name this video. Anyway, we now have access to the second mind tower. Mind tower? I'm going to have to make some real mental gymnastics in order to understand how to get through this place. Now then. Or how to, you know, make some decent puns. No. But anyway. With this done, we are given access to the second mental passageway. And in order to do this, we must... we must not light the candles, we must put them out. And this does make sense in some ways. It's brilliant. I really just sort of bring forth the idea that, oh hey, it's green and red because the switches are red and green. Ah, it's brilliant. Or orange and green. I don't know. I like that theming anyway. With this second button pressed, we get another door open, as you saw at the bottom of the screen there. And we get another statue. Teleported away from the safe room to the boss room. Well, boss room. It's sort of the boss area. A teleporter appears. It's fine. Anyway, with this one done, we get to go down to the next area. What was down this way? I forget. Oh yeah, it was the block puzzle. Puzzle, air quotes. I think activating that, activating the switch at the top there, removed this particular area from, or this particular block, so I didn't get stuck. Last thing anyone needs. I end up having to try and find the second door that leads to that teleporter, because, well, you got to do it, I suppose. I don't think I ended up going this way the first... Oh, no, wait, yes, I did end up going this way the first time. I just somehow blanked on it. I'm not entirely sure why I didn't notice this the first time, or notice the door the first time. Actually, maybe I'm just getting myself confused. Whatever. I'm genuinely confused by some things at times, like how that button made a clicky noise without there being anything to clicky. Anyway, like I say, I managed to get lost in the twins' heads again. Rather amazing for me, really. You think getting lost is not something I would be able to do. Anyway, with what was it? I think with having opened some of the door or pressed some switches, we're actually able to access this place. So, oh well. Anyway, with that first area done, I am shocked by things that I'm seeing on Steam. I mean, we're able to finally access what was it? We're finally able to access mid. It's brilliant. But enough dumb jokes about things that I don't actually play. Let's actually get to the meat of the matter here. Let's go into the wrong teleporter. As you can tell, I'm doing brilliantly. Now then, we need to go through the mid section here because, well, the other path is completely locked. We have no means of entering or exiting. Now then, the interesting thing, those Merg never respawned, so who knows? These ones are still around though, so I'll have to deal with those. We're dealing with those in due time, I suppose. And we'll have to deal with the rest of them as we get across to them. Like the, what was it, all the boomerang Merg that are in Nestus's mine. Wait, Nestus's mine? Oh, I can never remember their names. It's irritating to me. Anyway, this is the one puzzle I screw up because, well, again, I kind of screwed up. Now then, this one is simple enough if you can flip it around in your head turnways. Unfortunately, what was it? Rather annoyingly, the fireball moves slower than you do, so you have to start walking into a wall in order to get it to actually move along to where you want it to go. Oh well, could have been worse. You know, kind of like this. What the hell possessed me to think that? Man, I am such an idiot at times. And anyway, just gonna reset and retry, as you do. And actually get it right for once. For once, have I done this multiple times? I don't know. Alright, I really should have sped this bit up, because everyone's seen this intro, I suppose. Maybe I thought I could talk over it. And in fact I did! I really thought it. You gotta really appreciate some of the puzzles in this game. I mean, this one's alright. The one involving there was something involving something, I don't remember. Anyway, I kind of got distracted for some reason. But those lanterns were surprisingly difficult to bypass purely because of the fact that they were catching Alundra's bag or something. Oh, that one didn't. Oh, that one didn't activate anything in particular. But I guess we need to press it in order to actually continue on to the end of the area. I think. Now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure the first two switches would have activated the doors that allow you to go to the teleporters. Yes, that makes total sense. I should look that up at some point. You'd think I would have done this sooner. Anyway, what was it? I just realized I think the Merg was sort of color-coded, depending on where they were. Like what was it? Nestus's mind was blue and filled with regular Merg that were wearing blue clothes. And Bergus's mind is sort of red tinted, maybe brown. I don't know, but it was filled with the boomer mergs that looked sort of reddish and brown tints. I don't know. It makes sense in my head, you know. Anyway, we're not going to be able to get through until we've put these merg down, which is kind of a curious thing, really. You gotta wonder who set up that flame trap. Whatever. It's a nicely created dreamscape. Thankfully, I'm able to completely heal from all the damage that I was dealt. Like 11 points of damage from that one drop of life. Anyway, we've managed to finally gain access to the last area in the Twins' dreamscape, which of course has some nice and neat prizes. No sprawling these things around, no siree. We get a Gilded Falcon and a life vessel just purely for being able to get to the end of the dungeon. Nightmare. Dreamscape, whatever you call it. Nice and simple. Now then, with that done, 2 more life vessels and we have a full health bar. For now, a completely confusing boss. What was it? I think they're called the Terror Twins. They got some nasty hairy armpits as well. It's rather grotesque. And these things look like an adult version of the of the Soul Leech. Not the Soul Leech, that's confusing. Of whatever the hell Sarah was. I'm not letting them get a word in edgeways. They have a couple of attacks. What was it? One of which being, you know, the dash attack. Second of which being this. Oh, by the way, you couldn't tell. There's 2 of them. The third one being that laser. And this fight is incredibly easy because, well, there's 2 of them, but you only have to hurt 1 of them. Oh, and they can be stun locked, sort of. I want to say they can be stun locked. That's because they can be. Sometimes they just get caught into this unfortunate loop. But pretty much, I think because it's the Twins' nightmare that was brought on through unnatural means. It's easy enough to defeat. And how unnatural means? How do I mean by unnatural means? Well, you'll see in about a minute or 2. With that done, the Terror Twins are defeated with a capital D. They are that important, apparently. Ugh. Thank you, fanfare. With that, we have completed the final nightmare of the game. What a weird teleport. What a weird noise. Anyway, with this complete non sequitur of an area and over. Is this a non sequitur? I don't know, but it's very out there. Like, oh hey, we can travel across dreamscapes! Isn't that crazy? What's even crazier is how exactly everything happened. Yes, Bergus was drugged. It would explain the nightmares. But, it could also explain some other things. You gotta wonder, where exactly are all those Merg? Maybe they're asleep. I don't know. Anyway, we got a creepy statue of Melzaz here. Gotta wonder how this got here in the first place. But hey, I suppose this is something that we never really thought to inspect in the first place. We entered this house once, and that was it. And there's no way out other than trying to hit the lever at the outside there. As you can see, it's right there. Not much that can be done. So obviously we're gonna have to start smacking the goddamn. We're gonna have to start smacking the statue. It's going to be what we like to call very, very satisfying. Although musically, you can, you can't hit it too many times, otherwise it won't work. That's beautiful. That is the greatest explosion I've seen in a while. Although rather amusing, I still get hit in the head with a goddamn rock. Now then, if you guys remember Sybill's dreams, you can tell that the next episode is going to be, well, the next video is going to be one hell of a belter. But for now, we're just going to make our way out of the Great Tree Tower. Great Tower Tree. I can never remember the order of the words. And musically, he's... I love that word, that insult, a murg turd. Anyway, he knows a shortcut, so we're gonna be out of here. I'll see you guys next time.